How are we doing Tuesday night? Hey. I did one of these last night, so come the daily news. And I would do another one. So on the daily, I guess it's more yesterday, what's happened, and then when everything wraps up for tonight, we'll maybe do tomorrow. I'd like to do these Monday through Friday, kind of just what's been happening the previous day, and then do some other video podcast, more interviews. So trying to actually just messaging with one of the football players, setting something up. So especially if you have any ideas of some really great people to interview and talk with. I'm kind of like the page period. I try to keep it really open to all things OSU. So I have some ideas for some people, some stories and stuff. The video is being streamed live on Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, and on Twitter. So, and it should be archived there. I'm just Cowboysbleedorange on each of them. We can do it live also on LinkedIn once we get enough followers. So that's why I've been posting a while back, trying to get followers on there. So anyway, so if you have any questions, last night one of the baseball alumni hopped on. We kind of chatting back and forth a little bit. All the chats come together on one. So and when the page is doing really good on Facebook alone, we're over 18,500. Then the reach is going out, getting up over 5-6 million. So the Instagram over 3,000. Twitter is the smallest. Well, LinkedIn's the smallest, but Twitter is at a little over 540, I believe. So try to post on all of them. Instagram and Facebook are the main ones, though. So anyway, and also kind of front, if you have any ideas or you would like to, trying to get some sponsors because ordering equipment and nothing's free. So I appreciate it. Anyway, if you're afraid of those things, just send me a DM, please. All right, so kind of going. So we had the first game Friday night, and from that we had the Big 12 award for Cameron Epps for his 2 interceptions, including the pick 6. And he was a newcomer of the week. So Cameron's from St. Louis. Actually a redshirt freshman. Had 2 interceptions and a pick 6. He's the only freshman with a pick 6 against a Power 5 team this season. So, and he was just, you could tell he was doing a really good job just reading the quarterback and being in the right place, right time. So this is his second start. And recorded the 2 interceptions, the first 2 interceptions of his career. 2 more pass breakups and 5 tackles. It's a Big 12 player of the week. Then we have had a football player, wrestler, alumni, The son of Tommy Chesbro, who Chesbro was our wrestling coach, who was inducted into the National Wrestling Hall of Fame in '95. So now it's 28 years later, his son is getting inducted. So he was the younger Chesbro, wrestled OSU from '88-92. Was a 3-time NCAA All-American, a 2-time Big 8 Conference individual champion, member of 2 national championships, and he was an NCAA finalist in his final season as Cowboy. And one of 45 wrestlers in program history to surpass the century mark. Had a career record of 101 and 29. He went to law school at that other school and has been doing all kinds of stuff from courtroom work to more in the criminal work now. So up in Northeast Oklahoma. And OSU alumni, golf alumni, Kevin Daugherty, got his PGA card. He'd been in the Korn Ferry Tour for 5 years. He finished 22nd overall, turns to earn his tour card, which is top 30 get their card. He was from Murrieta, California. Excuse me. He joined the Orange and Black, came here to walk on 2009, and worked his lineup. Worked his way into the lineup after 2 seasons. Awesome. So our game Saturday, we're playing K-State at 2:30 on FS1. And before I forget, also baseball is having a scrimmage that's free versus KU at 10 a.m. on Saturday. So whether you're going to the game or not, and wherever you're coming from, let me think about the weather, because it's starting to get a little cooler. And Saturday morning, right now, they're saying Saturday is a low 48, a high 67. So might be a little cool 10 a.m. or even when the game starts. So it's just a heads up. All right. So, and Kansas is ranked 23rd. And they are coming off a 51-22 home win versus UCF. And they're averaging 38 points per game. I think I mentioned last night, our men's golf yesterday, men's and women's both are playing. And men's golf are playing in a match play tournament, big 12 match play tournament. And in the first match play yesterday, they beat Kansas 2-1-2, and then they beat West Virginia 3-1-1. And Jonas Baumgartner, it's All-American for us, went 2-0 on the day. So it's 7-6 over 1 KU, and then 5-4 over 1 West Virginia guy. Another thing I mentioned yesterday was there's a lot of stuff they're loading from OSU Max on YouTube. So I was looking earlier for a video, and there's all kinds of stuff. So I'm not sure there was something that I think was pretty new that literally is the whole thing is online. There was an interview with the former sports information director in the athletic department that probably everybody knows. He was just retiring from the university after 4 years, so I interviewed him. And please comment the page itself. Please like, tag, follow, share. The page isn't growing constantly, then especially if it's not getting out there and getting numbers. Spending a ton of time working on the page, so kind of got to get it out there and do stuff. So we're talking about Cameron Epps. He was the first Cowboy with 2 interceptions a game since Sean Lewis did that back in 2010. But who was the last freshman to do a pick six? The question. All right, so today we'll recap all of today tomorrow. Men's and women's golf are both playing. Men are in the Big 12 match play in Hockley, Texas. I believe it's right outside of Houston, or right by Houston. Women in golf are at the Illini Invitational in Medina, Illinois. And softball played Seminole State tonight. I hadn't seen the result on that yet. So then tomorrow, men's golf are finishing up the Big 12 match play. I'll try to share the links and stuff. The men, women both usually have. There's a golf stat website you can go and look on. Let's see this. So Thursday night, women's soccer versus BYU at 7 p.m. And then women's tennis at the ITA Central Regionals in Lawrence, Kansas. Women's golf and women's tennis and men's tennis are playing really, really well. Both teams have several new players. So even if I didn't grow up into tennis or watching, but especially in person, it's a lot of fun to go. And we have one of the best tennis facilities in the country here. It's really cool. Even if you don't want to sit down, I go and kind of walk back and forth. And they usually have drinks and pizza at our home matches. So they're a lot of fun. A couple years ago, our women played for the national championship and just came down to the last match and ended up being runner-up. Going back to the soccer match, it's Thursday night, 7 p.m. It's there's a first 4 or 500 I posted earlier. It's one of the pink shirt nights for cancer awareness, I believe. So that question we were talking about earlier, who was the last freshman to get a pick six? It was Ramon Richards against K-State back in 2014, and that's when they were ranked number 11 in the country. So, all right. Well, if anyone have any questions or anything, be off here. If not, I'm make a comment, chat about anything. Wrestling's going to be starting before long. They had their media day today. Oops. Anyway, wrestling had their media day today. Or their pictures, excuse me. And basketball did too. And I'm trying to think of anything else that's happened today that I haven't talked about yet. But well, all right, guys. Well, I'll just get off here. You'll have a great night. Keep up the prayers for some of the athletes, especially in football, that have already been hurt. Like I said, the other fall sports. Golf is wrapping up this month for their fall, which they have a really short fall season. And then wrestling and men's basketball, women's basketball is going to be starting less than a month, I believe. So wrestling's doing a bunch of promotions this year. I haven't got to share that yet, but it was in the email out today. I think every match is a different type of promo. So they're trying to, wrestling's doing all kinds of stuff to get the program back. They've been doing a massive fundraising for facilities that's making a lot of progress. Of course, they've also been doing a lot of work with the NIL. So it's another one. When I grew up, when I was much younger, didn't have a wrestling school. Grew up in a little bitty school, didn't have wrestling. So in high school, when I transferred to a bigger school, they had wrestling, but I went to some of the matches. But wrestling was a lot of fun. We wrestle Iowa at home, which is known as the two biggest rivalries in college sports. Really may be in college sports one biggest, but in wrestling in particular, it's one of the biggest ones. And of course, Oklahoma State with over 30 national championships, when Iowa's up there. Trying to think of anything else off the top of my head. Chat about for a couple of minutes, guys. Equestrian is going. They're going this weekend to. I know they have an away. I'm trying to find it. Okay, I'm not sure. They have an away meet this weekend, road trip. So I don't want to. Again, Thursday nights, the soccer here, 7 p.m. It's a Think Pink Cowgirl soccer shirt giveaway for $500. Cowboy wrestling. They usually have the Cowboy wrestling Olympic training, kind of based on what it is. They usually have a tailgate, and Cowboy Wrestling Club, RTC, that's what it's called. They usually have a tailgate, so if you want to support and get involved, you might hit them up. But also, they're having a tailgate for their first, I think it's the first match, Bucknell Duel. It's November the 10th. The tailgate that was from 4 to 7 near the Remember the Ford Memorial. Oh, yeah. We had I've shared it before, shared it on my Instagram and Twitter both. Julian Cash was a Cowboy Tennis alumni. Post about him winning. He's been winning a bunch of matches overseas. Oh yeah, there's a Monday, October 30th. There's OSU Thunder Night, Detroit Pistons versus Oklahoma City Thunder. So Kate Cunningham, who's #1 pick for OSU, played for Detroit Pistons. Lenny Waters um, from Norman plays for Oklahoma City. I think Lindy is the only OSU basketball player playing for them. Top of my head. And hockey, October the 12th, 7 p.m. People keep asking every time I post about hockey. Yeah, we have a hockey team. I think we had one starting in the 90s. They either play in Tulsa or Oklahoma City. They were playing Tulsa, and now they're in Oklahoma City. Or sorry, they were in Oklahoma City, now they're in Tulsa. They're playing at the Oilers facility. So, but they have a charity game. You can just look on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, OK State Hockey. But it's October 12th at the Oilers Ice Center. And they're playing, they were supposed to be playing Colorado, and they canceled. No idea why. But they're playing an adult league at the Oilers facility. And they mission's $5. Mission's $5 free for veterans. It's a fundraiser for Tulsa Warriors Hockey Club. And they need your help. And there'll be a public skate. I think they do a lot of kid stuff too. Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna get off here. Again, if this is on it's on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, or the gaming site, Twitter. And if you have any ideas, any suggestions for sponsors, send me a DM, please. Really need support on buying equipment and just keeping the page going because it takes a lot of time. Again, just Facebook alone, we're over 18,500 followers. So just finding things to post and dealing with issues on the page. And I'd like to be able to do these. I spend a lot more. I mean, I spend every day. I spend 8-10 hours a day working on stuff. So anyway, guys, I appreciate it. Again, feel free to comment. Send me a DM, though, if there's any kind of more business matters. But anyway, go Pokes. Y'all have a good night. Thanks.